Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're taking a look at the NOMATIC Navigator Collapsible Pack 16 liter, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. So let's get to it. So this 16 liter pack is a collapsible bag. Obviously it's out right now, but I'm going to show you a little later how you can pack it all away. But while it's out, let's look around. We've got really lightweight materials here. It's primarily nylon, but there is EVA foam back here for that back panel, and also you can sort of see that's how it collapses. Sorry about cutting it off there. So we'll get back to that shortly. But we've really got mostly nylon. It's very lightweight. It has picked up a few scuffs. It's kind of hard to show. They're not really all that bad, but I don't even know where they came from. So just keep that in mind. We've got the NOMATIC name here, and then a couple of little reflective strips, which are good since this is an all black bag. And if you are in a dark space, you know, maybe you want people to be able to see you as you come around. There is one carry handle up here, but I say the word carry very loosely because you can see like my 2 fingers can carry it. So it's really more just for like hanging it up on a hook when you need to do that. Otherwise, there is another carry handle when you pack it up right here, this little Life on the Move strip. But again, that's really only when you pack it up. We've got YKK zippers, which can, I shouldn't have had them tucked down in the water bottle pocket there. You can lock them if you want to, since they've got these sort of wire pulls with plastic at the end with the little NOMATIC logo. There you go. You can just put a lock through there to sort of deter theft. Other than that, not a whole lot more going on. We've got a couple of attachment points here on the shoulder straps, which we will talk about what else you can use them for shortly. So now that we are back here, let us talk more about these shoulder straps. They are very thin. Can you see how thin they are? Very thin. They have I want to say they have minimal padding. It is really hard to tell how much actual padding is there, but they have very minimal padding. Breathable mesh, which is nice if you're taking this somewhere warm, although the back panel lacks any sort of breathable mesh, so your shoulders won't be sweaty, but your back will. You know, I guess you win some, you lose some. These attachment points per se also function because there is a pass-through here, right there, where you can feed through the tube from a hydration bladder, so you can make this sort of into a hydration pack. And then obviously these little loops allow you to feed it down one side or the other so that you can just have it right there and not flopping around before you want to take a drink. We do have YKK buckles here on the sternum strap, which is a nice little feature. It's not a sliding rail, so it's not the most granular of adjustability, but still you can see there are a lot of adjustment points on this daisy chain where you can move it to if you wish, or you can also just take it off if that is not your thing. So this collapsible pack is not uncomfortable per se, but it definitely lacks a lot of the creature comforts that you would get in a bag that's always going to be out. Namely, like that padding only runs 2/3 of the way up the pack. So depending on how tight you have the straps, you can kind of feel it, but it's just sort of there. It's not uncomfortable. And when you're carrying a lot more, it definitely blunts the feeling of whatever you have in there, which is nice. The shoulder straps themselves are so thin that usually when I put them on, the second one always twists when I put it on. You have to sort of straighten it out. Plus you can kind of see, you feel just the edges on your shoulders. Again, it's just sort of there. It doesn't hurt, it's just there. So A lot of this comes from it being a packable bag. You're gonna have a little more of a saggy look and feel. So even though this bag does collapse, you aren't giving up some of the convenience features that you find on other packs, which I like. Starting with, at the top here, we have a quick access pocket that just sort of goes across the top. And it's really convenient for, I've got my phone, some tissues, a little tiny toiletry bag. I've used it for my wallet. And then there is also, here, I'm gonna pull some things out of the way here so you can see. It's not a key leash, it's just this little like loop where you can clip a carabiner or a keychain or whatnot to be able to have either your headphones or your keys or whatever it is up there at the top, easy to grab, which is nice. Now I do have to say, so this pocket is rather large. You can see I've got quite a bit of room in there, but it hangs down into the main compartment and sort of blocks part of it just because of how large it is. And also it does tend to, if you are not carrying a very large laptop or something else very big back here, it will sag down the front. You can kind of see it's already kind of trying to do that anyways. It sags it down because it's just a lot of weight without any structure holding it up. That said, I like the convenience of having it, so you win some, you lose some, right? Then we also have two stretchy bottle pockets. They are mesh topped with elastic, and they fit a standard width bottle very well. They do not fit a really wide mouth Nalgene, but you will see, I am not faking this, I usually struggled with putting them in because depending on what you have in the main compartment, you might have to do what I just did there and like turn the bag on its side so everything falls away from your bottle in order to wedge it in. That said, then it holds it very nice and tight, and it didn't, I'm afraid to show you because sometimes it makes a liar out of me, but I never had an issue even when the bag tipped over, which was all the time because it does not stand by itself. My bottle never doesn't fall out. So, oh, there, look, it's not making me lie. So it's tight for a bottle to get in, but once it's in, you're not gonna lose it, which I like. So if you are finding this video helpful, go ahead and click like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content like this to help you travel smarter. Now we're gonna get into the main compartment, and I sort of wanted to show you with the water bottle here what I was saying a little earlier about the zipper goes from bottle pocket to bottle pocket, okay? Like, see, so it creates a very nice opening, and it won't do it so much because I already have the bottle in place. But if you have, if you didn't have your bottle in place and you had it zipped all the way down, and then you put your bottle in place, then there we go. Then it's kind of hard to get at the zippers. If the bottle wasn't there, this zipper pull would be under it. So it's one of those, keep it in mind when you go to pack it up. If you're gonna be carrying a bottle, I tried to keep the zippers up top instead. But that is a minor thing, and you pretty much only have to do that accidentally a couple of times before you figure it out for yourself. But see how nice and wide this opens up? I do like that because it makes it easy to pack and also easy to access your gear. So I've got a packable towel here. I've got a little cooler, like packable cooler. And that was sort of like for lunch and whatnot. I feel like that's a really good use for this bag. I do also have a tech kit and my glasses, which I'm going to unpack everything just so you can see really well the interior here. So this is that top pocket I was talking about. So you can see just how big it is, which is great for space, but it's not so great for accessing the laptop sleeve or hydration bladder sleeve, whichever you are using it for. So you kind of have to like flip it out. Now, they say that this is for up to a 16-inch device. And I did slide our 16-inch 3D printed computer in here. And you can see it fits. but there is absolutely no padding on this sleeve back here. It is suspended from the bottom, so you have that going for you, but there's no padding, and so I really felt uncomfortable putting just my straight MacBook in there. So I ended up using a laptop sleeve, which then was so hard to just like on a regular basis slide in, because even you can see with how floppy this all is, it's hard to wriggle anything in. So then even though I had a 13-inch laptop with that sleeve, it ended up, I just always just slid it on top and shoved a couple of other things, you know, usually my tech pouch and my glasses in that sleeve instead. So just bear that in mind. It's not the most convenient for a laptop. It's more of a in a pinch kind of a thing. Set this aside. But you can see now where we have a little hook and loop fastener, so you can hold on to a hydration bladder up here, and then this is where that pass-through is right there. So that would go outside for your tube so you could have a drink. So that's really awesome. And then I'm just going to take everything out here so I can show you real quickly how to pack this up. Basically, you just sort of shove everything back inside, and then you just need to, this is where that nice EVA foam comes in, is that you can just sort of hold it all together and zip it up. Plus, it is nice to have zippers on both sides because it makes it a little easier just to like get things going around the corners, I find. There we go. But you can see when it zips up, it does not end up being the smallest packable bag. It's, you know, bigger than my tech pouch and almost as big as my water bottle. So really it's best, I think, for if you have large rolling luggage or a large travel backpack. So there you have it, the NOMATIC Navigator Collapsible Pack 16 liter. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.